Right guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope everybody's doing alright. We've got something different today. I've got this bag of 50p's. This is off sort of all the stuff we've kept to one side out of the 50p hunts we've done on the channel. As you can see, slight rotations, slight broad strikes, unusual stuff. So I thought we'll just go through this bag and have a look what's in here. Right, here's a handful for now. So, what's this one? Alright, so this one's slightly rotated. That is that's quite severe, that, on a 2015 Shield. That's definitely a lovely one. Some of these will just be very, very slight. This one, you can see that's like a weak strike. Look, there's no edging. You can barely make it out on that side. I'm not 100%, but I'm putting that down to a weak strike rather than sort of worn away. Right, 2012. It's got no edge there. Right, that's broad struck. Look how there's next to no sort of edge there, and that's quite thick. There's another weak one, isn't it? No edging. There's a couple in here that I think it might be these next two that I'm not sure. Can you get fake 50p? I mean, is this one just a worn die? Well, that's not a shot of metal there. The lettering's quite thick. I think it's very thin, this one. This one's like a slightly different colour. Is this a worn die, or is this... I remember this one. I couldn't put this one down for weeks. I still can't decide whether it's a fake or not. Both of them's dead thin. Not so sure, but what I am sure on is they're definitely unusual. Right, let's move on. Right, slightly rotated. See the edging? Not quite lining up, and that's on a 2000. Oh, right, I remember this one. What on earth's going on with that? I thought that was sticky stuff on it, but it's not. It's actually on the design. That's got to be some form of error, that. Let us know what you think would cause that. And look at that bit there. Weird. Right, let's move on. Not quite sure why that one's in. Is it slightly, the corner's slightly off? Maybe. It's not a lot, that one. Oh, slightly rotated on this side, isn't it? It's not a lot. That's what it'll have been put in the bag for. 2017. It's a bit Potter, isn't it? Oh, that's broad struck, isn't it? Dead thick around there, next to no edge on the other side. Oh, it's another one exactly the same. Right, they're slightly rotated onto the edges, don't quite line up. No edge there. Neither here nor summit that one really, is it? That's got no edge there. 2005. Oh, that mark there, look at that there. Is that some kind of error or worn die? Not to show it. Edging slightly rotated on this one, isn't it? Girl guides. Is this another one the same? Yeah. Oh, there's another kind of weak strike one, no edging. A third one in it out this bag. Battle of Britain. Sort of broad struck slightly, isn't it? Next to no edge there, quite thick round this side. It's not a lot again, it's definitely unusual. Another one, 2005, where the edging's not quite lining up. Again, it's not a lot, is it? This one, oh, see the fat right now, this must be a worn die, surely. 2014, and it's kind of broad struck as well. Jeremy Fisher. It's quite broad struck in it, next to no edge there. We do have a lovely squirrel knocking one in the boot. It's not in amongst these. Alright, just some marks. I think this came out with a sealed bag. I'm not sure, I might just be making it up. Some kind of marks there. Not sure. Another Jubilee. Yeah, a couple of suspicious marks there. Not a lot though, is it? Team GB. Right, it's got a slight rotation on it. I was just watching one of Bungle's videos of a couple of weeks ago this morning. He was showing one of these off, virtually the same. Very slightly rotated. There's only Tony from Aldershot Coin Club that I've seen find one of the proper rotated ones. Yeah, slightly rotated again, isn't it, on that Team GB. This one, Benjamin Bunny. It's very slightly rotated. Is this another one of them I suspected was a fake one? Or one die? This one here, I remember this one. Is this just after mint damage? I mean, how on earth would you do it without showing any sort of marks? That could be a planchet error, that. That imperfection might already have been there before it was struck. I mean, there's no way of knowing, but I would expect to see some damage marks. It's all just dead smooth. That one's possibly my favourite one so far. Slightly rotated, not a lot. This one's quite common from broad strikes on. Beatrix Potter Anniversary, quite severe as well, isn't it? Look. Coming towards the end. Look at that. Is that damage? To be honest, the T looks like it's stamped on top of it. Where if it was damaged, that T should be able to see it. That could have already been on that. Unusual. Right. Another broad struck one. Taylor Peter Rabbit. Slightly rotated. You do see it quite a lot on the 2019 Shield, to be honest. And if this is the one I think it is, this had my head done in for ages. I can't read the date on the back of it. I know whether it was 2010. I don't think it is 2010 because it would be a NIFC and it's not thick, it's just standard thickness. Is it meant to be a 2015? Or is it meant to be a 2013? Remember that did that had my head done in for weeks. That. Right, only a couple left to go. Well, a couple, 5. Oh, that mark there, that's unusual. Is it damage? So it was like punched in. I would expect to see something on the other side, but definitely unusual. Another broad struck Girl Guides. Quite common on that coin. Very, very slightly rotated edges. Very, I mean, it's minute, isn't it? Maybe that one shouldn't be in that. 2019, it's quite broad stroke. Pan at St. Paul's. Is this another one the same? Yep. Right. I've got the 50p book to hand. Let's get into the back. There's that sort of broad stroke squirrel knocking. A Peter Rabbit or a extra whisker. Right. So there we go. Something a bit different. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you on the next one.